So Trump is a total Nazi, but when you think about it, Biden is barely better. If you're anti-Nazi, you would stop the Nazi. And he's had 3 years to do it and hasn't done it. It really seems like he's allowing Trump as much as he possibly can to hang in there, either to take over or to let him coup when he loses again, or, in one way or another to get an easy win, is maybe if he's thinking like Hillary about it. But it didn't work for Hillary. And I'm not saying that he wouldn't win, but I'm saying it's too dangerous for that to be the plan. And even if you win, Trump will coup again, and he'll probably coup harder this time. He'll probably do a more successful coup, or they'll let him win that because they just haven't stopped him at any stage along the way. If you're not anti-Nazi enough to stop a Nazi, you're not anti-Nazi enough. And Biden has had the power to do it, just hasn't been using his power to do his primary job, which is to protect the country and to protect democracy. He uses the threat of democracy to drum up support. And one of the worst things about this, even if he gets away with it and gets his reelection or whatever, one of the worst things about this is he doesn't have to be any better. If all he has to do is be slightly better than a Nazi, then he's still basically, for all intents and purposes, a Nazi, and he doesn't have to do anything else to do anything better to distinguish from that Nazi. We see it in Israel. This is a Holocaust, a Gazolocaust, a genocide and ethnic cleansing, or whatever you want to call it. War crimes on top of war crimes. And Biden's basically supporting it in every way except for a few words recently. But he sure supported setting up the groundwork for it. Of course, Trump did more of that. And they're both doing this for Putin and for Netanyahu, for Nazis, because it is a Nazi tactic. It's a Nazi plan to exterminate other people, and it's actual Nazis. It's actually Putin, the actual Nazi, Trump, the actual Nazi, and Netanyahu, the actual Nazi, in this Nazi network the whole time. It's been obvious to me, but it's not just because I'm super smart. It's because it's obvious. And it's been obvious enough to Biden to call Trump Putin's puppy years ago, but he hasn't treated it like that. He hasn't cared enough about the people of Ukraine to stop Trump. He hasn't cared enough about the people of USA or the people of Gaza or the people of Earth to stop Trump and Netanyahu and Putin's other puppets to actually defy Putin. So in every way Biden's even claiming to do a job, he's not doing a good job. And this isn't just against Biden. This is just against the idea that we have to choose between these two evils, a total Nazi and barely less and slightly less Nazi than a total Nazi. That's not good enough. We need to go ahead and have Trump removed from this equation, and then we can pick somebody better than Biden and have a choice between people that we actually like that can actually do something good, which will be the first time we've actually had that choice in a long time. It's maybe what we thought Obama was going to be, but I can't think of, since Jimmy Carter, any other good person we've ever made president, and they wouldn't let him do anything good either. But there's good things we can do if we can be represented by a good person who represents what is a good country. We just had all these terrible people, lesser of two evils, and this is where it gets us to a total complete Nazi and slightly less than a total and complete Nazi. And that's not a choice any of us should accept. Either side of those choices. We need two good choices or more, but not those choices at all. Biden should endorse AOC, in my opinion. It's the best redeeming thing he could do at this point, or any progressive woman to beat Nikki Haley.